Hello, Nigerians. I'm recording this at night, so I'm unable to really put myself in on video because my value system, my mind works as a pipe from Yahuwah to his people, mostly in the physical dark. But that said, stop. I'm going to use some terminologies here. You may understand it differently because your definition is different. But when I say illiterate, I don't mean educational illiterate. I don't mean those who don't have degrees, plenty of degrees. I have mine. I don't mean those who don't have degrees. I mean people who are illiterate of what they are doing. They don't have a clue what they are doing in the position they are sitting in. A king that doesn't have a clue about being a king is an illiterate in that trade. A president that doesn't understand what he's doing is an illiterate in that trade. A man that doesn't know how to be a man is an illiterate in that trade. When a man effeminates himself, he's no longer a man. When a woman masculinates herself, she's no longer a woman. So that explains what I mean by illiterate. So whenever I speak of illiteracy in my videos, audios, or whatever, please understand that I define words by myself because I go into etymology to understand the origin of words so I can define them as ought to be. That said, when we talk about democracy, everybody's saying government of the people, by the people, for the people. But what we experience from the Western world to Africa to Asia in democracy is illiteracy of the people. When I say illiteracy again, they don't understand the idea and the concept of democracy, why it was introduced. But most of us who live in democratic countries or we originate from democratic countries, our experiences is different from the real definition. So when what you see, the Bible says, by their fruits you shall know them, not by their words. The words say democracy is government of the people, by the people, for the people. But what we see from the Americas to the UK to Europe to Asia to Africa, especially in Africa, is government of the elites to suppress the people. So that is my democracy definition based on experiential knowledge, not just book knowledge. That said, I need to awaken some people to understand something. When something goes wrong in your state, whether you're in the United States of America, you're in Britain, or you are somewhere else in Africa, I'm going to focus on Africa, parochial to Nigeria. When something goes wrong in your city, you call, the president. Right now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I didn't vote for him. I wasn't in Nigeria to vote. I didn't even support him. But this is not about him. This is about the position of presidency. So if you are listening to me, even though I'm using Nigeria as my case study, if you are listening to me from anywhere in the world, don't look at the president, look at the position. In a true democracy, in a federal system, in a republic like Nigeria, same as US, because Nigeria just copies after US. They copy what they want and they disregard how US takes care of its people. That's a different ball game. That's a different story. Democracy, as you have known it in Nigeria, is everybody blaming the president. No, it's not about the president. Presidency gives financial allocations to the governors. Governors supposed to give to the local governments, which in the US we call mayors, local government chairmen. So if something is wrong in your village, your little town, your community, call on to your local government chairman. I bet if there is someone who is really concerned about their plight, concerned enough to want to do something about it, talk to your local government chairman. If you have ideas, go to your local government chairman. That's how democracy is supposed to work. Money is given in Nigeria from the president, approved by the Senate and the House. The people you sent there, whether they paid you to send them there or you voted for them legitimately, that's a different ball game about corruption in elections. But when things go wrong in your state, don't call the president. Don't cry about the president. We have a lot of Nigerians online, a lot of illiterate Nigerians online. Go back to my definition. Because they don't understand how the system works. And so they go ahead, you blame the president. I don't care if it's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu or President Jonathan, President Buhari, or even the unelected President Obi, President John, President Peter, President Paul, wherever they are. In a federal system, in a republic, the president distributes to the governor. The governor does what he wants. I'll give you an example. Okay? Edo State governor receives from the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that's Governor Okpebholo. And also, the governor of Abia State also receives from Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that's Governor Oti. These two governors, this is in the south now because the north has a different ball game because of their own idiosyncrasies. Not negative, but could be. Now, the Edo State governor and the Abia State governor came in about the same time. Since the Abia State governor came in, he has done much more than the Edo State governor. It's not about Tinubu at this point. It's between Oti and Okpebholo. That is where illiteracy in leadership comes in. Who mentored you? What kind of education do you have? I mean, conventional education now that we go after secondary school, as they say in Nigeria, you go to college or you go to uni. What you learned? What did you learn? Did you use chukuli to pass? Which some people call chuku. I don't know what they call it now. That's what we used to call it back in the 80s when I went. Governor Oti has developed Abia State, took roads. In the same time frame, took roads that became dumpsters for trash in Abia State have become better than many roads in Nigeria. And Edo State is still suffering. Then, meanwhile, Governor Oti doesn't even have hype men but Edo State has hype men. Quit that bullshit. Quit all the illiteracy bullshitting you with hype. You don't do crap. The Edo State governor goes to some Asian-looking man who they have contracted the Benin Sapele Warri Road to. I've been traveling that road. I go to Nigeria very often. That road has been dilapidated since Obaseki. Forget about Obaseki. It's not in power right now. Okpebholo is talking soft to your so-called Chinese or some Asian contractor who has delayed and has not done the job. And you tell me you have guts to be a governor. But meanwhile, OT is developing Abia State. Compare the two states before and after, before you send me some dumb-ass comments. So quit blaming the president. Get educated about what democracy is in a republic and a federal system. Then you will understand that even you, the Northerners in Nigeria, your governors are your problem. Your own tribesmen are your problem, not the president who is in Abuja. I'm not speaking for Tinubu. I don't even care about him. I care about Nigeria. Your own problem is your local government chairman. Your own problem is your governor. So the more you guys organize and deal with your governor, because in the true sense of democracy, if you want to go by the definition which every person knows, government of the people, for the people, by the people, then you have to hold that governor responsible. When your governor is not performing, talk to him. And the policemen and the thugs and the military men they use to suppress truth and justice, shame on every one of you. But then, I'm a retired U.S. military person. I'm a U.S. vet. I'm being taken care of. But then, when you oppress the people, as a military man, as a civil, as a police, whatever you are still broke. Because most of you are ignorant. You take the little change they give you, they can't even do nothing. Then when you now retire and join the people, you are now suffering. You want the people to support you when you are fighting for your money. Shame on you. That said, so people understand how democracy works in a federal system and in a republic. But I'm tired of being online and people are fighting petty fights because they can't read. They simply refuse to Google stuff, which AI can do for you right now. So when you have problem, don't call the big guy, call your local guy. Because he is the one, he has money to fix that problem in your state. If Governor Oti, who is my number one governor in the whole of Nigeria right now, while other dumb-ass governors are getting awards from dumb-ass people like Arise, he is the real governor right now. It's not about party. Most of you are so party conscious. You just want. Can poverty drive you to an extent that all you just need is 10,000, 20,000? Give me 500,000, 100,000 just to be okay for today. Is that what you were created for? Nigeria has the most educated black people, the biggest black nation on earth. Everybody's arguing online, acting like they know it, proving that they have degrees. But then in real action, executable action, which your degree is supposed to tell you, by best practices across the world, everybody's acting like a chicken. So next time something is going on in your locality, call your Dionwere, call your counselor, your ward counselor, whatever they call it, because they are all thieves. Call your governor. Before then, call your local government chairman. Quit calling Abuja, because Abuja has big international things and bigger things to do. Abuja is taking care of the whole Nigeria, but your local government is taking care of a few villages. So let's get educated and quit being illiterates. One love to all African descendants. One love to you Nigerians. Please leave your intelligent debates as comments, and we can address that. Because the goal, I don't care what party you are, I don't care what tribe you are, I don't care where you come from, what religion you are, which was brought by the white man anyway. The white man and the Arabs brought religion to us to deceive us. But that is aside. I don't care where you belong. When it has to be do with country right now, we're dealing with Nigeria right now, even though we can deal with how Nigeria was formed later. Then act like a patriot and fight the good fight of faith. Fight the person you're supposed to be fighting. But everybody's chickening up to the person that gave them money to vote for them, and they are fighting Abuja. Abuja cannot do nothing for you, because Abuja has given the resources. Even President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has given governors larger than any governor has ever received. So Edo State is my state. Yes, I'm also attached to Delta State. But Edo State being my primary state, compare it to Abia, and then you compare it to other states. Compare it to other states. Forget about Lagos. Lagos is a no man's land, even though some people there think they own it. We can argue that later. So when you have problem, cry to your people who you voted in as councillors, local government chairmen, and governors. Forget about Abuja, because Abuja has given them money to take care of you. One love to all of you. I'm out.